Yield management. Yield management or revenue management is the process of understanding, anticipating, and influencing consumer behavior in order to maximize revenue or profits from a fixed, perishable resource such as airline seats or hotel rooms. The challenge is to sell the right resources to the right customer at the right time for the right price. This process can result in price discrimination, where a firm charges different prices from customers consuming otherwise identical goods or services. Yield management can be defined as a technique based on the principle of demand and supply, used to maximize the revenue generation of any hotel by lowering prices to increase sales during off-season, low-demand period, and raising the prices during peak season, high-demand periods.
Why hotels should practice yield management. Hotels fulfill the three essential conditions for practicing yield management, revenue management. They are: there is a fixed amount of resources available for sale. Hotels have a limited inventory of rooms available for sale to guests. The resources sold are perishable. In case the rooms are not sold on a particular day, the revenue is lost forever. This means that there is a time limit to selling the rooms, after which the revenue for the day is lost. Different customers are willing to pay a different price for using the same amount of resources. Business customers would not mind paying higher room rates and may book rooms closer to the stay dates, whereas families and guests on vacation are price sensitive and may book much ahead of the stay dates and would want to pay lower room rates. Yield management strategies. Revenue management tactics during high demand. Close or restrict discounts to generate more revenue. Apply minimum length of stay restrictions carefully. Reduce group room allocations as groups get very low room rates. Reduce or eliminate 6 p.m. holds to avoid last-moment no-shows or cancellations. Tighten guarantee and cancellation policies to avoid last-moment no-shows or cancellations. Raise rates as consistent with competitors to generate optimum revenue. Consider a rate increase for packages instead of giving more discounts. Apply rack rates to higher category of rooms like suites and executive rooms. Select dates that are to be closed to arrivals. Apply deposits and guarantees to the last night of stay. Revenue management tactics during low demand. Sell value and benefits like spot treatments. Offer packages and special offers. Keep discount categories like advance purchase rates, corporate rates open. Encourage upgrades. Offer stay-sensitive price incentives. Remove stay restrictions. Establish relationships with competitors. Lower rates to attract more guests and to generate more revenue for the hotel.
Potential room revenue. Formula 1, potential average single rate. Potential average single rate equals, single room revenues at rack rate. Number of rooms sold as single. Formula 2, potential average double rate. Potential average double rate equals, double room revenue at rack rate. Number of rooms sold as double. Formula 3, multiple occupancy percentage. Multiple occupancy percentage equals, number of rooms occupied by more than one person. Total number of rooms sold. Formula 4, rate spread. Rate spread equals, potential average double rate, potential average single rate. Formula 5, potential average rate. Potential average rate equals, multiple occupancy percentage rate spread, plus, potential average single rate. Formula 6, room rate achievement factor. Room rate achievement factor equals, actual average rate, potential average rate. Yield statistics. An important element in revenue management is the yield statistic. The yield statistic calculation incorporates several of the previous formulas into a critical index. There are various ways to express and calculate the yield statistic, all of which are equivalent. Yield equals actual rooms revenue. Potential rooms revenue. 2. Yield equals room nights sold x actual average room rate. Room nights available potential average rate. 3. Yield equals occupancy percentage x achievement factor. The first equation is used for a hotel that offers all its rooms at a single rack rate, regardless of occupancy. When, as far more common, a hotel uses more than one rack rate for different room types or occupancies, potential rooms revenue equals total room nights available times the potential average rate. The self-explanatory second equation is not demonstrated here. The third equation is illustrated below. For the hotel garden, the calculation is as follows. Yield equals occupancy percentage x achievement factor equals 0.7% x 0.75% equals 0.525 or 52.5%. Elements of yield management. While developing a successful yield strategy, the following elements are very important. Group room sales. Transient, FIT, room sales. Food and beverage activity. Local and area-wide conventions. Special events. Group room sales. Group booking data determines whether the group blocks already recorded in the reservation file should be modified or not and adjusts expectations by reviewing the group's booking history. Group booking pace watches out for the rate at which group business is being booked. Consider historical trends. Anticipated group business watches out for repetitive group patterns and act accordingly in order to forecast the pressure on the market, and hence adjust selling strategies. Group booking lead time measures how far in advance of a stay bookings are made. This is very important in determining whether to accept an additional group and at what room rate to book the new group. Displacement or transient business occurs when a hotel accepts group business at the expense of transient guest. This might engender profitability problems and bad reputation. Transient room sales. The front office management shall monitor the booking pace and lead time of transient guests in order to understand how current reservations compare with historical and anticipated rates. 3. Food and beverage activities. All local food and beverage functions should be viewed in light of the potential for booking groups that need meeting space, food and beverage service, and guest rooms. 4. Local and area-wide activities. Even when a hotel is not in the immediate vicinity of a convention, transient guests and smaller groups displaced by the convention may be referred to the hotel as an overflow facility, and this may have a tremendous impact on hotels' revenue. 5. Special events. In special events, concerts, festivals, and sporting events, hotels might decide to benefit from high demand by restricting room rate discounts or requiring a minimum length of stay, using yield management. 1. Potential high demand techniques. Try to define the right mix of market segments in order to sell out the highest possible room rates. Monitor new business bookings and use these changed conditions to reassign room inventory. As occupancy increases, consider closing out low room rates and open them only when demand decreases. Consider establishing a minimum number of nights per stay. Select the group that offers the highest total revenue. Try to displace price-sensitive groups to low-demand days, using yield management. 2. Potential low-demand techniques. Carefully design a flexible rating system that permits sales agents to offer lower rates under certain situations. Strive to accurately project expected market mix. Management shall closely monitor group bookings and trends in transient business. Do not close off lower rate and market segments arbitrarily. As low occupancy periods become inevitable, open lower rate categories, solicit price-sensitive groups, promote corporate, government, and other special discounts, and develop new rate packages. Consider maintaining high room rates for walk-in guests. A non-financial technique involves upgrading guests to nicer accommodations than they are entitled to by virtue of their room rate.